Layups are for basketball, and laying up in golf does not serve your game in the long term. You have to learn to take on risky shots and avoid laying up and hanging back to your preferred distances. Closer to the green is always preferable. And when we're on the first, and getting rid of this layup mentality starts on the tee. On the tee, we're trying to talk ourselves out of hitting driver. That's absolutely ridiculous. What kind of game are you trying to play if you're not bashing driver on every par 4 and every par 5? You're going backwards. Everyone's moving forward, you're going backwards. We're also playing the 7,000 yard tees because you're not actually playing golf unless you're playing from 7,000 yards or beyond. It doesn't actually count. So we're going to take our driver here, which has got a Ventus Black TR6X Flex and a 9-degree Callaway Rogue head. This is the one I got myself because my swing is elite. And that helps me to take on these hazards and get close to the green. Okay, that ball actually bounced behind me. Okay, fellow golfers, my intention was to follow the advice of the hit it as long as possible crowd, but the problem is I actually finished a yard behind the tee markers. So we're going to hit the 3-wood here because I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really take into account negativity. I don't think about obstacles, I see opportunities, and this is a great opportunity to hit my lowest lofted fairway wood as far as possible to get me in the right position to at least try get out of here with a birdie at worst. Okay, that's exactly how I wanted to play it. Top it and it bounced back into play. Beautiful. I'm just in front of the white tees, which are 382 yards from the hole. So that puts me at what my caddy is telling me about 335, 340 to the hole. But I never trust that. I always like to use a rangefinder, especially from this distance, to see what club I'm going to hit. I already know it's going to be a 3-wood. Money. 387, 3-wood. We're going to hit the 3-wood to get up there as far as possible to try and make up for our last 2 shots. But this is definitely working for me big time. Stuff I just rip. Is it over the water? See, that's how we play. Boom, on in 4. And inside this range, I don't really practice that much because my man, this guy I've never seen actually play a round of golf or hit any golf shots, who seems to be very forthcoming with the tips, the Shermanator. Shermanator told me that because the short game area is always empty and the driving range is always full, it's clear evidence that the long game is more important. Why else would people not go to the chipping and putting green? It's flawless. So I don't really practice short game. I only hit driver at the driving range. It's just, I mean, these don't really count as much according to strokes gained. It's not frustrating at all because I know my process is right. So it's believe in the process. I normally take about 17 minutes a hole, this one. The sign says that we keep our pin, the sign says you keep the pin in. Put me down for a 5. 5. 5. A great start back there. And the reason I have elite shafts and elite club heads is because I know that they help me to hit the ball better, get it closer to the green. Every year I get a new model and I don't see the price. I see the price per month. And that's exactly how I make decisions in life. And I mean, as I saw once in an article on my Golf Spy, if you hit it 110%, it's actually better. Woo! Like a glove! That's why I play golf. That's why ain't no hobby. I've seen this one channel called Golf Sidekick where the guy's clearly just promoting old man golf. What an idiot. The best thing I can do is know my dispersion and then plan for my dispersion of my shots. That way I play more like tour golf. My best score so far ever is 95, and my handicap is actually 29. But I've learned a lot, especially from the talking heads. And from 140 yards here, just completely unlucky getting in the bunker here. We're going to take a pitching wedge. Let's just put a little urethane ball in play there to make it stop quicker. I really like on a chip shot to challenge myself and get out of my comfort zone on a golf course. So that's why I like to hit flop shots. I mean, this is so much cooler than just chipping on the green. You see? On in 3 shots. Booty shaker. Boom. Par. We don't want any beta fade energy. I want alpha dog draw energy. I don't come here to just pat, play golf, boom, 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 from one place to the other. I come to rip. I come to rip and then strip. And I'm going to strip this one in the middle of the fairway, but with a nice draw energy, okay? Draws go longer. Everybody knows it. That's why I'm a drawer. Whoa, yeah, look at that little draw. Tight, tight. Tight little sweeper, tight little sweeper. Man, Arcos is great. Arcos is great. It just tells me what I need to know. It tells me exactly what to work on in the app. Dude, your putting sucks. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because I know an 8-footer only counts 1.5 shots. Now, what I like to see in golf is it's a way for me to compensate for my life outside of the golf course. I come here, and you know what they say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I take 100% of the shots I get, and I don't make any of them. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've got about 300 yards here, and of course the best thing to do is always rip it as close to the green as possible, come what may. Over the green probably. Maybe. That's what they used to call me in high school. You gotta get that to sit down real quick. Let's go 60 degree. You know, Elton John used to sing, "You lived your life like a candle in the wind." Well, I like to see it as I live my life like a multiple choice survey. We're gonna hit a 60 degree here. I'm going with feel because every shot inside 100 is a 60 degree. So I'm going with feel here. How does this feel? How does it feel? Ooh, let's flop it, okay? We'll always be flopping. A, B, F. Well, not bad, not bad. Could have been an eagle, but we'll take the birdie. Yes. Back, what's that? Back to level. Level. Birdie, eh?
Tab. Go to birdie.
I see 203 yard par 3s like I see myself. Long and hard to get on. But what I'm going to do is just go straight at this pin hunting like an absolute beast. I was doing really well on the range. I think I found something in my swing yesterday, and it's just money. Yeah, we can get up and down. We can get up and down. Yeah, I don't work on a bunker game, but it's okay. I don't spend much time in the bunkers, but I know an effective way to get out of here, because the one I see on Golf Sidekick is a bit dodgy. He's talking about like playing with the weight on the front foot, opening the face up and skidding the club underneath the ball. I mean, I know that doesn't work because I've tried it many times and I found a perfect cure for that. It's It's just to chip it out the bunker. See? Easy. You know, Gary Player always tells us, go high, you're going to cry. Stay low, get the dirty hose. I really tried that out, but it doesn't really work for me. As a 23 handicapper, it doesn't work for me. I still just prefer using my 56 degree everywhere. It's much better for me. Woo! Woo! Boom! Par. We went bogey, par, birdie, par. So a little bit about me. When I get done with this round, I'm going to go do my other hobby, which is to debunk people's opinions about golf on Reddit. Whatever they say, I just say the opposite and disagree. And I like to put in the phrase, totally disagree or completely disagree. When I say that, I get a thrill up my leg. That's what I live for. That's what I live for. Come on. That's at least 335 yards, maybe 350. Ooh, 184 into the hole. 184. Down breeze. Layups are for sissies. 183 down breeze. 9 iron. I don't like to hit softer shots. I'm the kind of golfer that likes to hit firmer shots. And by firmer, I mean firm. Woo! Ooh, 185 with a 9. Hey, Kat, what do you think, huh? Let's make the eagle. What do you think? Oh yeah, make it bigger. Birdie. In moments like these, when I'm 1 under par, and it always helps me to remember a very key phrase that I learned from one of my mentors. When in doubt, send it. I can't think of more than 5 words at a time and not more than 1 syllable at a time. So that really helps me to stay centered in the game. When in doubt, send it. So we're gonna, we don't know exactly, but we're gonna send it. Did we send it? Professional, you know what I'm saying. Here we go. Beautiful catch. We've got 140 yards remaining, and I saw 140 yards remaining, and I saw a friend of mine the other day hitting a 52 degree from 140. So I thought, well, that's probably what I got to do, because I never really have much success from 140. So let's see how we do. That's probably the wind, huh? Probably the wind. Yeah, probably held that up. Close, close, close. Five. No, it's a 5. Yeah, it's a bogey. It's a bogey. Don't cheat. Bricks and DeChambles on his YouTube channel actually shows us how to swing like him, and that's how I learned to hit the ball this well and score this well. At the moment, I just went to level par back there again after a little bogey. We're going to try get this one on in one. And the way I've been striking it today, just aim it out right there for a nice little sweeper, you know, little sweeper. No, not that one. Let's do that. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, I'm not going to hit another one. That's the second one in the water, so we'll take a drop down there, but maybe I'll just do one for practice, just to be sure that this is the right play, because I'm convinced it's the right play, because Strokes Gained enthusiast and the Shermanator told me I mustn't talk myself out of hitting the driver. Maybe on, eh? Okay, we'll see if it's on. We'll take that one. If it's on, we'll take it as our second shot. And if it's not on, I'll just take a drop. Okay? Okay. Now, I don't practice this. I don't practice my wedges at all. But I think this is the number for my 56 degree. Where? Oh, the pink ball's up there. Let's go play that one. Let's forget about this, okay? My caddy just saw the ball. It is somewhere here. Where's that pink thing? There. That's the ball. There's the ball. The pink one stayed up. This is really what I live for, the 300 and something yard drive with that arbitrary number that they tell us is important. It doesn't matter about the lie. I get the guys I play with to remember that I hit a 300 yard drive and they didn't. The scores and the bogeys and stuff, it doesn't matter. This is what I live for. Okay, let's try stay even par. If I make this one, if I miss it, we're going to 1 over. Well guys, that's how you shoot 1 over par for 6 holes. Layups are for basketball. Laying up is not good for your game over the long term. You can clearly see this is a better way of playing. Bam!